that they are in the same folder. Okay, and you have to click default value of two trade. Okay, let me show you. Okay, let me read this first. Okay, so assign yearling weight as trade 1. So you choose trade 1 as the yearling weight and age at first calving as trade 4. Okay, so replace all the appropriate data that you need to key in. Okay, and blah 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 blah. Okay, so then you click OK, and then we'll come out with the output. Okay, so every time you get the output, just key in your data that you get from the analysis into this table. All right, so you should put in the yearling weight, first calving age, and overall response. So and then this is when for the selection for a single trade response. And I'll show you later. So you need to change the heritability value. Okay, so from um, every run, okay, you have to change the heritability value according to this table. All right, so 0.5 with 0.1 for the second trade, 0.3 with 0.1 second trade. This is the first trade, right? 0.1 first trade and 0.1 second trade, and so on. So you have to get all these only 9 runs. Okay, so to get all the data that you need into this table. Okay, so let me share the software with you. Okay. All right, there you are. So probably I cannot zoom in this program. So I'm not sure whether you can really see or read this program, but just for an example, okay. Let me open up the data that I need. Okay, so the first one, you have to choose the default values for two trades, right? So this is the button. You just click that, so everything else will be filled in, but that is all the default value. What you need to do is that you determine the first trade is for yearling weight and should be in the first column here. Okay, and the second trade is age at first calving. It should be key in the fourth column. Okay, so you need the heritabilities value, phenotypic variances value, and economic weight. Okay, so let me just put it in here. Heritability will be 0.5 and phenotypic variances. What is the phenotypic variances for yearling weight? Anyone?
Doctor, did you record?
No, I didn't. I didn't record it purposely. So it's quite easy actually. It's very simple software. Don't worry about that. Can anyone help me to read the phenotypic variance for yearling weight?
Phenotypic variance is 40 as the phenotypic standard deviation for 0.5 heritability is 20.
Okay. Standard deviation is 20, so the variance will be?
400.
Yes. Very good. Thank you. You're sharp. So the variance will be 400. Right. So economic weight is 2 ringgit per kilo. Okay. So put it 2 there. Right. So the second trade the heritability is 0.1, and the phenotypic variance is 900, and the economic index is negative 0.8. Okay, so the next one is that you need to put in the genetic correlation and also phenotypic correlation here. So one genetic correlation between trait 1 and trait 2 is 0.1. Okay, and the phenotypic correlation is 0.3. Okay, what else that we have? Okay, selection intensity is 1.755. That will be here. 1.755. Okay, and that's it. And response in unit is okay. You choose U. Okay, and then you click OK. Then you got the output here. So these are, we have expected response to index selection for parameters that you have chosen. Okay, so this is index weight for trait 1, this is the index weight for trait 1, and this is one is for trait 2. Okay, which we put into the fourth column, right? So this is for the yielding weight, and the second trait is the age at first calving, as in index weight. Okay, so what you need in here to fill in the table is actually the selection index response for yielding weight when you use both trait for this selection. Okay, yielding weight and also first calving. Okay, so response in trait 1 is 18.047, and for the second trait is negative 0.799. Okay, this is when you use index selection for both trait. Okay, just put it in. So an overall response is right here. Oh, I cannot highlight that. About 36.734. And for single trait response, the data will be in here. So just get that data and put it into your table. Okay, so you're done with the first one. Okay, and then you click again with new parameters. They just change accordingly to, actually you just change the heritability. Okay, heritability for trait 1. Okay, from 0.5, put in 0.3, and nothing, and everything else is not changed. Okay, and yeah, so then you just click OK, and then you got the new data set, and just put it into the table. All right, and when you finish to filling in this table, then you look at the questions. So and so compare the responses in each trait when selection index method and single trait selection are practiced. So what is different between these two data? Okay, just do comparison and repeat varying the heritability values in trait 1 and 4. Okay, and comment on these changes in trait responses and overall responses, selection index method and single trait selection with changes in heritability values in trait 1 and trait 4, trait 4 or trait 2. Okay, so you will see some pattern when you change the heritability of one trait without changing one. Okay, without changing the other one. Okay, there are some pattern, and in so that overall what you can see and what is your probably conclusion in for this exercise. Okay, And that's it. I think you can do this just within 1 hour, I guess. You'll be completed. Right? So, any question? Anyone? Tak ada soalan. Any question from the previous practical? I think quite straightforward for the previous one, right? Ada apa-apa masalah? Okay. Semua orang okay. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna take your attendance. Okay, got it. Let me change the name. D6. All right, so yeah, we're done. Just for you to continue with doing the keying in the data and get your the output to filling to fill the table that is provided. Okay. If you don't have any other questions, so I will stop here so that you can continue with doing the answering the practical question. Okay.
Doktor,
Yeah.
yang praktikal ni kan kita kena submit satu-satu ke? Maksudnya saya kena submit kat 14 tu untuk setiap praktikal tu ke? Ataupun compile dalam satu dokumen je?
Okay, good question. No, you don't have to submit them separately. You have to submit it in one file, like what you did during the genetics class. Kan? It's easier for me to check everything, and yes, you will be graded for your practical report. Okay, you will be submitting soft copies. Okay, since we don't have any face-to-face class, and make sure that you will compile them into one file and then submit it. Later, I think probably before or maybe during the presentation week, I guess that will be better for me. So I need to grade your report, and also I need more time to grade your lab report because I have to do it manually, and also there's a lot. You just imagine there's so many reports and so many students. Okay, you have to pity me because besides the final exam, marking the lab report is also, I think, the most challenging task that I need to do. So I need to be fair, okay, and make sure that you get the marks that you should get, okay, because this lab report will be graded and contributing towards your final exam, not final exam, final grade, okay. You should prepare it properly, okay, and compile it nicely. It's not because of it must be beautiful or something like that. No, it's not. Okay, compile it properly and with appropriate answers for each of the